Good day everyone, I am Francine Chloe Alvarez from Bitivited 1K1. So our lesson for today is we will be solving all the measures of central tendency. So first, we will be having the mean, or also known as the arithmetic average. So the mean is calculated by adding all the individual scores together and dividing that to the total number of students. We will do it in step by step. So first, step 1, we have to sum all the scores of a student. So as you can see here, these are the sum of all scores. And the total of all scores is 839. So step 2, we have to divide it by the number of all students. So the number of students is 20. So 839 divided by 20 is equals to 41.95. So we already have the mean. So the mean is, again, 41.95. So since we are done with our arithmetic average or the mean, we're done calculating the mean. So let's move forward to the median or the middle score. So the median is the exact middle point of your data. Because our sample size is, the number of students is 20. It's an even number. There is no single middle number. We must take the average of the two middle positions, which is the 10th and the 11th score. So as you can see in our data, so the 10th score, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the 10th score is 44. Then the 11th is 45. So now, the step 2 is we have to calculate their average. So you have to divide it to 2. So 44 plus 45, it's 89. Then divided by 2, so the result is 44.5. So we already have our median. So the median of all score, or the middle score, is 44.5. So since we're done calculating the mean and the median, so let's move forward to the last part, which is the mode, or the most frequent score. So the mode is simply the score that appears the most number of times in your data set. So our step 1 in getting the mode is we have to look at the frequencies of your repeating number. So we'll have the 41, which appears 2 times, and 45 appears 3 times, and 48 appears 2 times, and then we have 50 that appears 2 times. So to secure the ano, so 41 appears 2 times here. 41. Then we have the 45, which appears 3 times. So we have 45, 40, 45, then 45, so 3 times. Then 48 appears 2 times. So we have 48 and 48. Then 50. So we have 50, which appears also 2 times. 50 and 50. So the step 2 in getting the mode, so we have to look for the highest frequency. So the highest frequency number, as you can see, it's 45, since it appears 3 times in our data set. So our mode is 45. So now let's move forward to solving for measures of skewness. So skewness tells you the shape of your score distribution To solve this without calculating long deviation, we use percent-second coefficient of skewness, or the median skewness. So I have to do it again in step by step. So step 1, we have to subtract. We have to subtract the median from the mean. So our median is 41.95. So minus 44.5, it's equal to negative 0.55. So step 2, we have to multiply the gap by 3. So it's negative 2.5 divided by 3. It's equals to negative 7.65. So take note that the gap is 7.65. So to find out how far each score is from the mean and square it, so first you have to take every single score, subtract it to 41.95 from it, and multiply the result by itself. Scoring it removes any negative sign. So here is our... Then the step 2, we have to sum all the squared numbers. So here's the squared numbers, as you can see here. So the sum of all numbers, it's 1177.2. Then the next step is we have to divide it to the total number of students, which is 20. Then 20 minus 1. So because this is the sample of students, is not an entire global population, so we statisticians divide by the number of students which is 20 minus 1 is equal to 19. So this gives you the variance. So the variance is... This is the variance, and we have to minus it to the number of students, and this is our variance. Yeah. Then we have to take the square root for the last step to get our standard deviation. So the square root of the final step, we have to take the square root first. Yeah. So we have to find the square root of here. So square root of 61.9578 is equals to 61.9578 equals to 7.6. So the final step in getting the standard deviation, so we have to divide the gap. So the gap is negative 7.65. So we have to divide it to the hour standard of the variance. So it's negative 7.65 divided by 7.86. It's equals to negative 0.97. So our skewness is 0.97. So again, our skewness is negative 0.97. So it means the data is highly negatively skewed. This tells us that most of the students did really well to the test, but a few exceptionally low scores pulled our overall average down. Now let's move forward to the difficulty index. So this measures how easy or hard a single question is. So before we proceed, so we have to divide the class into a higher group and the lower group. So the top 5 top scoring student and the top 5 to the lowest scoring student. So step 2, we have to count who got right. So 5, we have to imagine that 5 from the higher group, then 2 from the lower group. So the total number of the students who got right is 7 out of 10. So this step 3, we have to do the simple math. The formula, use the formula. So we have to divide the total number of students who got the right answer divided by to the total number of students in the room. So 7 divided by 10, it's 0.7. So it means that the difficulty index for the question is 0.70. So meaning 70% of our tested student got it right, since it falls right in the ideal 30% to 70% range. It's perfectly balanced question, not too hard and not too easy. So because the difficulty index is exactly 0.70, so the suggested action is to retain the question without any changes. So that is for question number 5 only. So it is a high quality, perfectly balanced item that we should save and use again in the future exams. So now let us look for the discrimination index. So this measures an item's ability to distinguish between students who know the material well and those who do not. So we have step 1. Step 1, look at the group size. So we have to look for just one group. So one single group. So the group size is 5. So step 2, find the gap. So 5 from the high group got correct. Then we have to minus it to the lower group. So the gap is 3. So step 3, do simple math. Divide that gap. So divide the gap. The gap is 3 again, no? By the size of the one group, which is 5. So this is the formula. So 3 divided by 5 is equals to 0.60. So it means that our discrimination index is 0.60, which is excellent because it is well above the 0.40 gold standard. It proves the question successfully separates students who master the material from those who don't. Combined with our balanced difficulty index, the clear action is to retain this question as highly quality item in our exam bank. So that would be all. Thank you.